Most of us would need to take loans at some point of time. Some may have to take loan for their education at early age. Some may be to start a business, or some may be to buy a car, or to buy a two-wheeler, or to buy a house. This is a very normal thing. There's nothing wrong about it. Loans are great to start off or do things or to achieve goals or to fulfill your dreams. In this video, I'll be sharing two things. One is the loans which I took during my business time, which went completely out of control and I failed. I lost everything. It was a big failure. The second part, I took loans to achieve my goals, fulfill my dreams. I repaid all the loans and I have come out of all the loans. I am debt free. Hey guys, this is Kishore Ashokan and you are watching Kishore Vlogs. On this channel I share videos like this on self-improvement or sharing my personal experiences, some tips for new YouTubers and so on. If you're interested, consider subscribing. What happened was I started my business, which I had shared in my previous video. Started my business, everything went well. I built a home, I had to take a housing loan. Then I was expanding my business. I went into different business, and for some businesses I need to take bank loans, and it was going really well. I was paying the interest and the EMIs also, everything going perfectly as per the requirement of the bank. What happened was, after some time I started some businesses which really needed more money, and the more money I had, I could invest and make more money. So that was something like I was not looking into the risks, but I was taking lots of risks and trying to make more money. And things went wrong. I was not getting the returns as expected, and I was failing to repay the loans. I was failing to pay the interest, and the biggest mistakes that I did was I started taking loans to pay interest. So my loans were like piling up and I was getting into a very bad financial situation. I never wanted to sit and understand that where I am going, what is the solution, how am I going to come out of this. I was always trying to hide or even to talk to myself, saying that Kishore, this is not the way you need to go. You need to stop here and find a solution for your problem. I reached a situation that I had to even stop picking the phone calls, because every phone call what I was getting was from the people who I had taken loans, and I was due to pay them the interest or the principal amount. Finally, everything collapsed. I had to sell everything what I had earned or made from this business. And now when I go through the entire thing, what happened to me, I definitely blame myself for not taking the right action at the right time, settling the loans. And even I had taken loans on very high interest, because after some time what happens is banks stop giving you loan. You go to people or individuals who are giving loan at very high interest rate, because those are loans without any security. They will give you some loan with a blank check or something like that, and you take that money to settle the other person's interest. The principal amount is still lying there. So that was something, the biggest mistake I did in my life, and I lost everything, and I had to sell all my assets to settle these loans and come out of that problem and start from scratch. That was the first part of my life. So when you take loan, you need to be very sure that you are able to repay that. You are taking at the lowest possible interest. You need to make sure that there is some backup, that suppose your current income fails, you can pay the EMI or you can pay the loan, you can repay the loan. That was something which I learned from those mistakes. Never take loans to repay the interest or other loans, because you're getting more and more into trouble. Your financial situation is getting worse day by day. That was what I learned. The second part of my life, I worked for many years. I did not think about buying anything because I wanted to have some assets or some bank balance with me. I need to be sure that okay, I have this much of money with me. I did not want to buy anything or invest on anything. First, I wanted to reach a situation that I am financially strong. Then came my dreams of buying a house. I sat with the bank, I got the lowest interest. I planned the loan in a way that I can repay it even if I don't have the current job. Even if I lose my job after 5 years, what would be the backup plan? I had some plans with me, and in a way I could even repay the loans before time. I could close the loans before time. Even for my car, even for everything, I had taken loans, and I could successfully do it because I had my plans very clear with me. Even now, somebody calls me and asks me to take an insurance. Earlier it was like, to please people, I used to help them, or I don't know why I did all those mistakes. I would just take a new insurance policy. Previously, what happened to me was, what taught me was, don't get into something, a long term commitment. Do whatever is possible, because what happens is, we are not sure that we are going to earn the same. As on today, my income would be something very much which I can invest on, or I can go for a loan, or I can go for a monthly recurring investment. But after 1 year, it may not be the same. I may not have the same job, I may not have the same income. So I have to be thinking these things before I get into any commitment. Even if it's an investment, even if it's a loan, when you are getting into a long term commitment, a monthly payment commitment, then you have to be very careful about that. Otherwise, there could be possibilities that you get into trouble. And don't take loans to settle other loans. That's the biggest mistake people do. I had done that mistake, and that is very automatic, and you are every day searching for loans, because I have 10 people calling me every day for money. So to at least 5 people, if I can take another 11th loan to keep this 10 people silent, I take the 11th loan. And again, after 1 month, what happens is, this has become 11, then 12. It goes on like that, and one day everything would collapse. That was what happened to me, and that taught me a lot. So if you are planning alone at very young age, actually what happens is, nowadays, or even for me also, the same thing happened. I wanted to achieve things very fast, which created all the problems. I wanted to make money very fast. That was a problem. Need to wait, need to give some time, need to be strong financially, need to understand that this income, or somebody who gets a very good job instantly after passing out from a campus interview with a huge salary, third month banks or real estate people would call you and say, there's an apartment project coming up, why don't you buy? You need to just pay this much as the initial payment, or you don't pay anything, and you start paying after 6 months or 1 year, and you feel that, okay, I am earning 100,000 rupees, and the EMI is just 5,000 rupees I can pay, or it's 10,000 rupees I can pay, just 10% of what I am earning. So you buy the apartment, you invest a lot on that, and you start paying the loan. And after a few days, you think about buying a car. Again, you get into a commitment for another 5 years. Apartments or buildings, usually housing loans are for more than 15 years, and again, if you are a young person, they will give you a very long repayment schedule, like 20 years also. See, 20 years you are stuck with that. Always think about clearing off your loan. Take loans which would have no penalty for pre-closure. Nowadays all the banks are giving that. I had done that to buy my apartment, or my car, or everything what I wanted to do, and as on today I am debt free, and I don't want to take any loans to do anything. I just want to do, because most of my basic things, what I feel is, I have done it, and I don't really need to take any risk to take any, because taking loans are really a commitment that would really put you into stress of repaying these loans. So we have to be very careful taking loans. It can spoil you entirely. It can give you lots of stress and put everything into trouble. Even whatever you have earned may go if you are not planning the loans. If you're planning the loans well, actually that's the best way to realize your dreams, and loans have helped me to realize my dreams. uh, Both happened to me. It spoiled everything, I lost everything because it was my mistake. I didn't manage my loans properly. I went into serious debts and I lost everything. Then I took some time, understood. It was like not 1 or 2 months, it took me 10 years to come to a situation that okay, I am now safe, I can take loans, I can repay. Even if I lose my job, I have a backup. I will do something and I can settle my loans, and I have done it. So my advice to you guys is be very careful, because when you are getting a new job, there will be so many banks calling you, credit card companies calling you. See, we are going to give you 1.5 lakhs or 200,000 rupees of credit. You don't have to pay this, charges waived off, this and that. You will be called by many banks to give loans. And once you take the loan, if you miss a single EMI, the kind of harsh emails or phone calls that you would get, you will really feel the heat. You will really understand how people treat when you are a person who is a defaulter of loan. You are treated really bad. So you shouldn't do that. You should always plan and make sure that you pay these loans on time, and even if possible, pay it before time. Most of the businesses run on loans, so that's very natural. Loans have lots of advantage. You have tax benefits, lots of things are there. I'm not getting into that. I'm just getting into a basic thing. Be careful when you are going to take a loan. Make sure that you need it and you would be able to repay it. Even if your current source of income goes off, you have some backup plan. At least you have some backup money for 1 or 2 years to pay these loans, so that you don't get into any trouble. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Give me a thumbs up. And if you are new here and if you like these kind of videos sharing my life experiences, please consider subscribing. That's all for now. Bye. Take care.